Hi there, this is Barbara, and this is another episode of List It or Lose It. If you saw last week's episode, I am going through a very, very large death pile. It takes up almost an entire bedroom, and a little bit in my garage too. So I it was April 1st. I was going through that room and I saw this beautiful Ralph Lauren tunic with a ruffled neckline, and I remembered buying it. I bought it last fall from the bins in Colorado Springs when I was traveling, and I thought it was too late in the year to list it, and I thought, well, I'll list it in the spring, and I just forgot about it, and it was actually on top of a box. Otherwise, I might not have seen it for a while. So I listed it for $26, and I use Nifty and list all of my stuff on Poshmark, eBay, Depop. I didn't have any Depop sales this week, and what's the other one I have? Oh, Mercari. So I list on those four through my app, and then I don't think I have any antiques, but I do sell some antiques on Etsy. So none of this is Etsy sales. So anyways, I listed that. It sold the next day for my full asking price on Poshmark, and I sold it for $26. I might have sold it for more, but I don't think there were any listed. So there was, on the one hand, there was no competition, but on the other hand, nobody was selling any, so nobody was buying any, but it sold the next day. So I sold it for $26. I think, that blouse probably cost me less than $1. And I'm not including cost of, I have the customer pay for all the shipping, but I'm not including what my payout is just yet. I'll do that at the end of the month. We'll see how much I actually earned and how much I actually donated. On my donations, I'm keeping track of the price I paid for things that I'm donating. So this really inspired me to get through my death pile. Some of it's a year old. I started selling in January of 2025, and at first I was just picking up a few things and I was getting everything listed right away, and then I think I was inspired by all these people on YouTube who show us their huge carts packed full of clothes, and I bought too much stuff, so I'm working on it. So I decided I would take one box at a time and list everything that I thought I could sell, and anything that I thought was a huge mistake, I would donate it to the thrift store. So last week, I shared with you my first time doing that, and I think I had like maybe 10 items that I listed with you. And I decided, and you guys were invited to comment, you still can. I decided which ones I would list and which I would donate, and I think there were 3 that I'm donating. So I'm not counting the Ralph Lauren blouse or anything from April, and I'm not counting any sales of things that I've bought, let's say April through May. So I'm only counting in this episode and going forward with this project, I'm only telling you about the sales of the things that were in the death pile that I have listed in the month of May, when I sold them and how much I sold them for. I'll tell you how much I paid for them. I'm at the end of the month, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna total up, tally what my profit was, including the subtracting the cost of what I donated. Okay, so my first sale, I'll have to put this up here because I don't have it with me. This was really nice. It was a pair of size 8 kids Keen rainbow shoes, rainbow Keen sandals, and I had grabbed a few shoes. I have boxes and boxes and boxes of shoes. And at some point I decided I don't like listing shoes. I don't like cleaning them up. I don't like putting, I can wear gloves. I just don't like putting my hand inside. But I'm okay with things like Crocs and sandals. I think it's because they clean easier. So if it's something that I think will sell well and, doesn't involve a lot of other work other than wiping them off, then I'll buy them. But I'm not going to buy anything for a while. I'll tell you about that. Anyways, I listed these on all of my platforms or the 4 platforms, and I sold them within 24 hours on Poshmark for my asking price of $23, and my cost of goods was $5. I also listed, are they here? No, I must have sent those out. Oh, and I should say, I got a really nice note from this woman. She gave me a really nice review, so she really liked them. Okay, then I sold this pair on May 3rd. Oh, of course they're not here. Of Chef's Crocs. When I saw them, I thought, these are something special. And the same day I saw some Chef's jackets in the thrift store, and I looked those up, and they weren't worth anything, but these were. And so they're called Mario Batali Chef's Crocs. I sold these on eBay for my asking price of $34.98. I also sold this on May 4th. I sold Cynthia Rowley 3X linen tunic with a botanical print for $23. I think that was Poshmark. You'll notice that I've been picking up a lot of linen and nice fabrics, and so that's some of what I'm listing now. And then on May 9th, I sold another pair of shoes, and I'm shipping them out today. My shipping policy is 2 days, and I'm closed Saturday and Sunday. So it's nice when an order comes in on Friday, I don't have to ship it till Monday. And I usually try to ship it on Friday. I've got these backwards, or Saturday. But anyways, these are a pair of Bontrager. They are women's racer Inform Road cycling shoes. And whenever I can get cycling shoes for a good price, I pick them up. I was a cyclist. Well, I still am. I've been a cyclist since I was probably 10, and I'll have to tell you about some of my tours that I've done. And anyway, so I know I know good quality shoes when I see them. And so these were at a store that I go to that's very high priced, and those shoes were $20, but it was half price day. So I got them for $10. I pass on some of their biking shoes there because they're just too high. But I got these for $10, and they were purchased for $40 on Poshmark. On May 10th, I sold this Calypso. It's a linen tropical print. It's a tunic with, let's just see the print. It's a tunic with a pair of matching pants. I was at TJ Maxx, and I was trying out this idea of picking up things on clearance sale and then listing them. And I've sold a bunch of kids stuff, a bunch of kids clothes, I should say, that way. I don't remember if I picked up, I think I did pick up some other women's clothes, and this is what's left. I didn't list it because this was the end of summer, and I didn't think that they would sell until spring. So I pulled those out and listed those, and on May 10th, and I bought them for $5 a piece. So they were sold separately. I had to hunt for matching pants. So I sold them as a set, and spent a total of $10. I asked $37, and I got an offer for $30 on Mercari. So I took it. Got to clear this stuff out. I'm trying not to lose money, but anyway, May 10th, I also sold a Bolo belt on Posh for $13. I had picked up a bunch of belts one day, and they're still in a pile in that room. And I picked this one up because it just intrigued me, and so I decided I would list it this last week. And when I checked the comps on it, You know, a lot of this stuff is stuff that I didn't check the comps or I misunderstood the comps. So some of them are surprises and some of them are not good surprises. But anyways, this belt was one of them. It sells on Amazon for I think $20. It sells eBay and elsewhere for like, I think $12 to $18. So I listed it for $13. I really used a lot of words that would attract a buyer. And I was thinking about Poshmark, and it sold for $13 on Poshmark on May 10th. So these sales do not include my sales from older inventory. I think I told you this at the beginning. It's just stuff that I picked up before April. I am selling, of course, things that I've listed since April 1st, but I'm not including that in the show at this time because I just want to show how much money is sitting in these piles that we leave. So going forward, I'm only going to pick up, bolos. And if I don't see any really good bolos, I'm not picking up anything from the thrift store. We have a new store that's opening, a new Goodwill, and I want to check that out, but I'm not going to come home with a cart full of stuff. So so what I do is I take a small box of inventory and I go through it and I decide what I'm listing and what I'm donating. And then on these episodes like last week, I go through that process with you. What I've donated so far had originally cost me $36. So I think I'm ahead right now. And by the end of May, we'll see where I am. And depending on how much I get done, I may continue doing this. Please leave a comment. Tell me about your death pile if you have one, or suggestions you might have for me. And leave a like. It really helps. I want to get this going. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.